Hi, I'm Lisa K. Donner along with Andrew Moran, Sarah Cowgill, Kelly Ballard, and James Fight. And this is the Conservative Five, Liberty Nation's online TV news program. Well, now it's an official thing. Tip shaming. From sandwich shops to coffee shops, everybody's got their hand out. I'm not talking about those who actually serve. I'm talking about cashiers at the local sub shop or self-service businesses. Everyone, it seems, has their hand out. All these people are getting paid by Subway or Starbucks or whatever name badge is on their shirt, right? So what gives? When did tipping for service move to tipping for everything? So we get choices when we check out at Subway. Do we want to tip 15%, 20%, or 25% for our tuna sub? And then we have to click the button in front of the cashier whose eyes are boring down on you. Andrew, when did this national trend begin and why is it spreading like Canadian wildfires?
Well, probably one of the issues is that inflation is, of course, so high. So these companies are trying to balance between pleasing their employees and balancing that with the high cost of all their goods and services. I'm in the minority here. I can already feel it. I can feel the room. I can sense it. I know what Lisa's thinking.
Are you reading the room?
But this is an example of a first world problem. Now, let's go to some of the numbers here. According to a recent Bankrate survey, the first thing is that 2/3 say that they have a negative view about tipping. And then 41% say businesses should pay their employees better. Now, I don't see what the problem is with tipping. If you don't want to tip, then that's not an issue at all. If someone's serving you a sub and they go far and beyond and they're so great and they're kind, and
God.
I don't see what's wrong with giving an extra buck or two.
That's what a tip jar is for.
Well, yeah,
well, it's the same thing.
There's a sub in your mind, and they have a tip jar, and you put a couple of bucks in there. That's going to go to the staff, or you can put an extra buck or two on the screen on the screen there.
Tipping is for service. It's not. I mean, it's for service, right?
It's for running back and forth and filling your coffee and clearing your table and all of those things. Bring me more ketchup. Bring me more salt. And
I'm not anti-tip.
Whatever.
I waitressed my way through college, but I'm saying I did something for that money. And I also didn't get paid $15 an hour. I got paid more like $3,
right?
$50 an hour. And
I don't like how it's attached to when you go to check out. And like you said, then the cashier's sitting there watching. Well, how much are you going to tip me? I don't like that.
But I don't get that though. When I go to Subway or whatever, or Tim Hortons, whatever the place, I don't get that sense that the cashier's watching me and putting sinking their teeth in me.
You don't live in a small town with the same cashier and the same sub place and the same. You must live in a big city. That's all I can say.
You know what I've never understood is why anybody cares what that rando standing next to him thinks about their transaction.
Yeah,
I mean, if I go into a coffee shop and I'm like,
cashier
hey, I want that $8 cup of coffee.
Don't you feel like if you don't give them a tip, they might not put as many tomatoes on your tuna sub?
No. If I want extra tomatoes, I'll pay the extra $1.50 for the extra topping.
I'll tell you when this all started. I'll tell you when it all started with a charity thing. Do you want to wrap up to give to?
Yeah.
Would you like to donate $1 to the Boys and Girls Club?
Yeah, for Ronald McDonald House.
Children with cancer. So you feel like ingrate if you're not rounding up giving to kids with cancer. When did it stop that people stopped giving themselves in their own way? I mean,
when I go buy stuff, I just want to buy stuff. I don't want to be asked 35 questions at the checkout.
Yeah. Personally, I'm my own most important charity. So I'm gonna just go with that. And I get you, Lisa. I do. I don't. They look at you like you're crazy. I'm like, you get paid to make that sandwich. I'm not giving you extra money because you put it in a bag.
I'll even go so far as to say, and I waited a lot of tables as well and lived off tips. I'll even go so far as to say that extends to actual restaurants. And I don't even care if you're making $2 and something cents an hour. Don't do a good job. Don't expect any extra.
Yeah. It's hard to find good service now. People are entitled.
Well, if people would stop tipping for crappy service, that wouldn't be the case, now would it?
But here's the thing, though. If you want to go,
big pet peeve, and I've went into stores and they don't even look up from the register, or even say what the amount is. They just wait, and I just stand there and say hello. Then I don't do anything. I wait until they actually look at me and respond. Because it just irritates me. Customer service means customer service.
Well, supposedly. What I've always hated, though, is this whole percentage thing. Like, what In what world does the amount of money that I'm paying the restaurant for the food I'm getting have anything to do with the amount of work and how good a job the server is doing bringing it to me? Why should the tip be any different on a $20 meal or a $50 meal? That changes
Andrew.
nothing about the server walking over here, refilling your glass, walking over here, bringing your food. It's one and the same.
Andrew's about ready to explode. I can tell.
Go ahead, Andrew. Go ahead.
He's getting all
Got the
antsy.
floor.
Well, if you look at the latest Bureau of Labor Statistics CPI data, it shows that restaurant prices are up about 8% from the same time a year ago. So of course you're paying more at the restaurant. But in this inflationary economy, if you're willing to go to a restaurant or a fast food joint, whatever the case, and spend $25 on a sandwich or on a bowl of spaghetti that's smaller than, or that's shrinking faster than Gavin Newsom's test scores in California, then
I thought you were going to say something
I thought you were going to say something else too.
So did I.
Luckily, we're not going to have that cut out.
you
Okay,
can
that
spend
was
an extra
frightening.
buck or two by giving the employee that money. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. Because in this economy, why would you go out and spend that much money on a bowl of spaghetti or on a sub? Plus, one more thing too: if you give a tip to a server at a place, whatever the place is, at least you get karma points from the universe. The universe is going to reward you for that extra buck or two that you gave to that person.
Or maybe the universe is going to say, you took the resources I gave you and you squandered them. I'm just saying.
Somebody was giving you the evil eye at the cash register.
I just don't want to feel guilty about how I spend my money. And I don't want to be confronted with little children who have, cancer at the Safeway checkout, just like I don't want to be confronted. Charitable giving comes from the heart. It's got to come from the heart. It shouldn't come from, do I press the button and round up?
One could make the same argument about taxation. Okay, I'm done. I'll leave it alone.
Another show, Jim. Another show.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go on record on saying, how is it that whiny bunch seems to be in charge and we all have to feel guilty about it? What happened to being proud of doing a job well done? Thanks for watching, folks, and don't feel guilty about not giving up your hard-earned cash for nothing. That's it for our Conservative 5 panel today. Check out our other C5 shows and segments on your favorite video platform, YouTube, Vimeo, Rumble, or on them all. As well, Liberty Nation has its own new and improved Roku channel, where you can see all of our TV productions. Special thanks to our executive producer, Sarah Cowgill, and our editor and post coordinator, Frank Diorio. I'm Lisa K. Donner, editor-in-chief. Thanks for joining us today. Free thinking, free speech, libertynation.com.